herself and her children. Some of you share that same day of discovery of that 5-year-old, witnessing or experiencing domestic violence and abuse, and like with you, ain't been no crystal state. Or at the age of 10, when her parents' new boyfriend touched her inappropriately, and her innocence and trust in men was shattered. For some of you, like ain't been no crystal state. You've been touched, molested, raped, and abused, carrying those hurtful secrets for years. Your life at the age of 5 or 10 or 15 was turned upside down. No explanation, no justification, just innocence lost. Or she reflected at the age of 15 when she met that handsome boy who whispered sweet nothings in her ear. Made her feel like she was the best thing since sliced bread. Y'all been there? Y'all be sitting there all innocent. And a week before her 16th birthday, the birthday that all girls eagerly await, that sweet 16, she discovered that she was pregnant, leaving her a single mom to raise her son. Some of you share that same story of an unplanned pregnancy. And like for you, ain't been no crystal state. Or at the age of 20, married someone who promised her the world, only to flee 6 months later for another domestic violence situation and get to safety for herself and her child. Or remarrying 25 years, at the age of 25, starting a new family, only to find that as time goes on and life drifts away, so do people and emotions and feelings. And even at the tender age of 45 or 50, experiencing the world. Some of you share that same story. And like with you, have been no crystal state. So as I listened to her journey and the challenging, life-changing things with the dreadful 5-year cadence, every 5 years, 10 years, 15, 20 years, and I reminded her of the closing words of Langston Hughes' poem. Girl, don't you turn back. Don't you stop. You keep climbing. So climbing, I did. You see, that story of my friend is my story indeed. The broken home, domestic violence, teen pregnancy, all of that is me. You know me as the businesswoman, the author, the fashionista with the gray shoes. I should have worn some stilettos for y'all today. But that's the story of Melva. For a long time, I was ashamed of my story. Confident that others would view me differently, treat me differently, treat me other than that perfect presentation to the world that I so carefully crafted without the dreadful experiences of my life. But that one day, when I looked in the mirror and I had that conversation with the real Melva, I spoke openly about my life's ups and downs. I became the best friend that I could ever have. The one that is true to herself, despite her scars and life challenges, despite her mistakes, and despite her shortcomings. So I share my personal story with you as the backdrop to my words of encouragement for you today, and what you'll get from your empowermentors at your table. A few years ago, I joined a group of 20 phenomenal women and wrote a book called I Am Woman. And in that chapter, I talked about how I stopped giving people a free pass on my life. I described my challenges in life and experiences that I just shared with you a few minutes ago. And when I stopped giving people a free pass, to those people around me, my life changed significantly. My circle expanded to include people who support, love, and celebrate me. And that's what you have today. People who support you, who love you, and who celebrate you single moms. So let me introduce our empowermentors, aka our table experts, as we dive into this discussion. As Anita mentioned, we're going to talk about no negative dad talk, and that's going to be led by our table facilitator, Ruby Belton. Where Ruby? Woo-hoo! Give her a round of applause. Come on, Ruby. We're going to talk about my time, your time, and our time. How to find quality time for yourself. Terry Ann, what's up, girl? Hold up here. I'm supposed to see you. Sitting there waiting with your cute shoes on. Yes, yes. Sex, drugs, and our kids. Where's Judge at? I saw a tip in here. Come on up, Judge Nikita Blockton. How do we address these issues with our kids, all of these life challenges? Dealing with loss. Is Lynn Clifton here? Hey, Lynn, come on up. How do you survive and thrive after divorce or loss of a relationship? And then discipline versus punishment. Lord help us on this. Where's Iris Glasgow? Is Iris here? Hey Iris, yes. She's gonna talk to us about the difference between punishment and discipline. Boys to men, is Michael here?
Right.
Where Michael? Mike's right here, I'm right here. You heard that there, boy? Thank you, Michael. Are you gonna sing the boys to men too? No, he's not singing. And then online dating pros and cons. Winner or waste of my dang time. Where's Janine? I saw Janine. Hey Janine, come on Janine. So listen, here's how this will work. Our Empower mentors or our expert table talk captains will kick off their discussion. They'll probably open it up and share with you for about 3 to 5 minutes of their experience and why we chose them as an expert in this category. And then they're going to share some knowledge nuggets with you all. And then they're going to turn it over to you. This is your time to tell your story. I told you my story. This is a Vegas environment. Your story can help others. So we want you to share your story. Why is sharing your story important? Number one, you shine light to others, right? Let your little light shine that's going to help somebody else. You never know how your story of your struggle and your challenges can benefit someone else. It allows you to practice your courage. Do you think it was easy for me to stand up here and tell y'all all that stuff about me? Then y'all gonna go Google Melva Tate? But I am who I am, real. So you gotta be courageous in telling your story. Listen, y'all just clap for me. That's number 3. People will root for you. We love sheroes, and we got a lot of sheroes in the room. People will root for you despite your challenges. So share your story. That means none of y'all sitting around the table with a closed lip. Y'all get that? All right, here's number 4. It helps you remember your lessons learned. Look, y'all, it took me a whole another 10 years to have another child, okay? Because when nobody gonna get up to me and whisper no sweet nothings again without put a ring on it, right? And here's number 5. It keeps you humble. I grew up in the projects. Now, I may have a nice home now, I may have degrees and certifications, but I grew up right when we done the projects. And I tell that as part of my story. I stay humble. Because I realized there were those people just like these experts here who poured into me to make me the woman I am today. Y'all get that? So now it's time to share your story. So what we're going to do, we're really going to have about 30 to 40 minutes to... She want to introduce somebody else, y'all. She trying to do that church whisper on me. Come on, Judge, tell them who else you're from.
When I saw the topic that I had, which deals with drugs, children, and sex abuse, I sit as a circuit court judge in domestic relations. I hear appeals from family court, but I don't get those delinquency and dependencies, and those are the cases where our children are committing crimes, they're being abused. And so I thought it was only fitting that I brought with me the Honorable C.H. Brantley, who serves on the bench in family court. She sees our children every day. She's constantly coming up with programs, and not only that, but she also worked with UAB TASK for years prior to becoming a trial court referee in family court. So she knows about the drugs, and I can talk to you from a personal perspective. She hears it every single day.
Come on up here, Judge. Thank you. So y'all can be tag team on this. So listen, here's what we'll do. We're going to give you some time to dive into the questions, and we want you to share your stories. I will ask our facilitators to be cautious at the time, because some people got a long story to tell, and we just don't have that much time to do it. So I'm just giving y'all the advance warning. I'm just telling them 10-minute stories and taking up all your table time. So they will help moderate. If they have to cut you off to get to someone else, they will do that. But please, we just want to be courteous to everyone else. And then also, I will chime in and let you know when we have 5 minutes left. And then what we'll do is get the table expert and then one of the people from the table, one of you women from the table, to come up and share with us maybe your top 3 talking points that occurred at your table. Top 3 talking points. After we're done with all of those, then we'll open it up to general questions and concerns from the audience. Y'all get that? Yeah. All right, let's talk about it.